Welcome into Off Air with Amy. I'm Amy Wood, and we're glad you're here today because we've got a packed show lined up for you. We're going to talk to a basketball legend from Greenville, Shammond Williams. He is on the way, honored this week. Also, we've got some important issues, homelessness in Spartanburg, and a new rainbow bridge for pets in the Upstate, for families that are missing their pets, for a place along the trails where you can walk with your pet while they're still here, and then you can remember them when the worst happens. But first today, we're going to talk about something really important. It's this measles outbreak. All right, check this out. WSPA.com has everything you need to know about the outbreak, including the new mobile unit that is around to help you understand where you can get a vaccination if you indeed need one in your family. But also, we had something really unique happen this week because 140 kids are isolated and quarantined at home, because we have 15 to 16 cases in the upstate of South Carolina, specifically centered in Spartanburg County. It's become national news. Take a look.
Information about vaccines is making it worse. 16 cases in that state since July, and dozens of students are quarantining at home.
Measles cases are on the rise, forcing nearly 140 unvaccinated students in 2 South Carolina schools to stay home for 3 weeks after they were exposed to the virus.
So what happened is a local CBS reporter was in town in Greenville. That's Cristian Benavides. And he was here with his team enjoying Greenville and also reporting the story, telling it on the CBS News. So big time reporter in our area. You see him a lot on 7 News, and it was great to see him making sure people around the country know about the situation here. And apparently there are 1,500 cases across the nation right now, and that is the concern, that we have now hit a point where the measles has spread further in 1 year than it ever has in 30 years. So stay with 7 News. We will keep you up to date. Next today on the hot mic, let me pull in someone you're going to want to hear from about homelessness in our region, because let me tell you, the numbers are staggering. There are so many families in need of help, others that are teetering on maybe being there one day themselves. And especially for women and children, it is a very difficult position to be in. Everybody, I've got Hannah Jarrett with me, and she is working on a new project that is going to impact the homeless situation in Spartanburg County in a really good way. So Hannah, talk a little bit about the organization you represent and how you guys are working with the city to do something totally new.
Yeah. I am Hannah Jarrett, and I'm with A Place to Call Home, which is an initiative to address housing instability and homelessness in Spartanburg County. And we have several partners who help us with this work, including the City of Spartanburg, County of Spartanburg, United Way of the Piedmont, and several others. And one of our new projects is Bridgeway Village, which is going to be transitional housing for single women and small families who are struggling with housing instability and homelessness in Spartanburg.
And why is that so important? I mean, clearly there's been, through the numbers and the experiences we've seen in Spartanburg, this is a clear need that the community needs to address.
Yeah, we know that on any given night in Spartanburg County, 3,000 people experience homelessness.
Wow.
That could be living on the streets, living in their car, living in a hotel, maybe couch surfing, doubling up, a situation where they don't have a permanent address. And the data point that's really shocking to me with that is that half of those 3,000 people are children under the age of 18. And in our community, we also know that 84% of single mothers are struggling or unable to afford their basic needs, housing being one of those really important basic needs. And when we look at the services available, particularly in the shelter and housing space for families with children and women, we have very limited capacity to serve those populations within our housing and homelessness space. So when looking at this tiny home community village and how that could maybe be used to help meet an urgent need, we definitely wanted to prioritize children, families, and women because currently they're being underserved in our community. and we wanted to make sure that we addressed that.
And so, talk a little bit about. I know we've got some pictures to show of the village, so to speak. This little cute little houses, absolutely brand new. I mean, so exciting for a family that has been out of their own place to have something to call their own, right?
Yeah, so it's a tiny village, a tiny home community. It's made up of 18 different tiny homes. Half of them are one bedroom. So that's where, single women can live. And then half of them are two bedrooms. So
Wow.
families up to four in those households. And what's great about this model and what we're really excited about with the tiny homes is that a lot of times shelter programs is congregate living. So you are living in maybe like a dorm style a
Mm-hmm.
situation and with other people, with strangers.
Sure.
And this model with the tiny homes will allow each person or each household their own space to really make their own, to really learn what it's like to take care of a home. For some people exiting out of
Sure.
homelessness, they've been homeless for a very long time. And
Yeah.
so has been a while since they've had a place where they can prepare and store food.
Yeah.
It's maybe
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
while since they've had to clean their homes. And so it's going to be a great way to, one, build up those life skills if that's a need, but
Mm-hmm.
also to give families that dignity and that
Yes.
space of their own on their
Yeah.
journey towards stability.
And I've heard that from families that have been displaced where maybe they're in a car or something, and they would rather be in the car than go into a group environment where they really don't know who's around them, which is, it's a very scary thing as a mom to not know who's going to be around your kids. Talk a little bit about who's going to fill these spots. Like how is that going to be done? Do people need to be applying now? How do you connect with the people who need you?
Yeah. So we haven't opened up a waitlist process yet.
Okay.
We're going to wait to do that until we have a firmer timeline on when the construction will be complete. So right now, the interior construction still needs to be completed on the units. Homes of Hope, who owns the property, they will be expediting that completion so that it's done as soon as possible. We are anticipating that we'll be able to start housing people in Bridgeway Village in March of 2026 is what we're hoping for.
Hmm.
But once we have a more firm, construction timeline, we'll certainly start to open our wait list. However, we do encourage people to go ahead and reach out to us if they feel like they might benefit from Bridgeway Village or they know someone who might. And they can do that by calling HEART, which is our homeless engagement and response team. And that's phone number is 864-591-4417. Because there might be other programs or other services that can help those individuals or families now in the meantime while we wait for Bridgeway Village to open. And then we'll also make sure that once we do have our wait list open, that we reach out to any families or individuals who we know might benefit.
And for the community, what can we all do to help? Do you need donations? Do you need volunteers? What do you need from us?
Yeah, so we can certainly use volunteers throughout the process, whether it is during this phase where we're working on completing the unit. So things like putting together furniture, because we're going to furnish all the units. So people,
Sure.
they're move-in ready
Yeah.
for the people who will be living there. So
Great.
donations, we want to make sure that each of the homes is supplied with those basics and necessities, everything from towels, linens, furniture, lamps, that kind of stuff. We have an inventory of items that have already been donated, and we will be keeping that up to date. The best way to kind of stay in touch with us in terms of what our current needs are is through our website, aptchspartanburg.org, and joining our newsletter. We always post out, what our current needs are
I'll
there.
be signing up. I'll be signing up.
Yes.
Well,
We send out monthly, usually monthly newsletter where we highlight what our current volunteer needs, donation needs, or any other needs that we have for Bridgeway Village or any of our other programs at A Place to Call Home.
well, we so appreciate you taking the time to tell us about it. Hopefully, you'll get lots of community support as more and more people learn about what you're up to. Thank you so much and good luck. Did I mention I ran into Shammond Williams? He was at this amazing event in Greenville this week, the Phyllis Wheatley Center Hall of Fame. They introduced champions into their Hall of Fame, Shammond being one of them. And it was really special to hear him talk about how this place shaped him. How special was today for you, talking to the people in your hometown that raised you?
It was awesome. It's always great to have people that raise you appreciate what you've done and represented. So for me, that was the nostalgia every day. Just looking back and being like, you know you want the best. You know you had to be blessed to put in the position that you've been in. But more importantly, that people appreciate what you've represented and how you represented it.
And your sweet guidance counselor getting a special honor.
Yes, Miss Goodnight. Yeah, she was awesome.
She was pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah,
she kept you in line.
No question. She helped me in vulnerable points in your life.
Isn't that great?
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you.
Same to you as well.
And he was talking about this woman, Leela McKnight, right there. She is an amazing guidance counselor who guided him and so many others. They announced a scholarship in her name at the Phyllis Wheatley Center, which is so nice. And also, we had Delvin Choice singing, entertaining, 2 beautiful songs sung by that legend in Greenville. And we honored so many other people into the Hall of Champions. Congratulations to all. When we come back, we've got something good on the way. You're going to enjoy this because it is something for your pets. If you love your pets, if you care about them, and if you want to be able to do something for them when the end is near, we're going to tell you about a very special place that has just opened in Spartanburg. Welcome back in. Something good is on the way, and I want to tell you about it. It's a mixed feeling kind of story because it breaks your heart a little bit, but it is so important. It's something good for the community to have a resource for families who are at that point with their pet where they're gone and they're struggling to find things they can do, meaningful things, places they can go to kind of remember their pet, honor their pet. And now Spartanburg has done something really unique. I want to pull in an amazing person on the subject. She has been working in our community to create an amazing park system, and she is celebrating 20 years on the job. So let me pull in Laura Ringo and let you hear more about this special bridge. So everybody, we have Laura Ringo with us. Now, Laura has been with PAL, this fantastic organization in Spartanburg, and you've been there 20 years, Laura. Congratulations. That's a big anniversary.
Thank you. It has been a fun journey and a great learning experience. I've certainly been honored to be part. And 20 years is a long time.
It is. And you've done so much. And I want to talk about that in a minute. But you caught my attention on Instagram because you guys posted this amazing new place for families in our area that have pets that they lose. Unfortunately, there is now a rainbow bridge in Spartanburg. Can you talk a little bit about what you guys have created?
Sure. So PAL stands for Play, Advocate, Live Well, and we are building out an urban trail system called the Daniel Morgan Trail System, and one of those segments is called Wildflower Way. And on Wildflower Way, we partnered with our friends over at Hub City Animal Project to create a rainbow pet bridge. So symbolic of you lose your pet, they cross the rainbow bridge.
And you can, I saw all this fencing along it, so you can take your pet collar if you want to pay tribute to them in a special way, in a public way, and have a place to go sort of think of them and visit them. There is a way to just attach your collar right there to the bridge.
That's right. So you can attach a collar. We've also got an opportunity for people to buy little plaques if they'd like to have that installed. Or if you just want to go and reflect, we've got benches there. It's a beautiful area in a shaded kind of wooded area. So a great place to reflect and just enjoy nature and also think about those pets that are such an important part of our family.
I mean, it really is a therapeutic thing, and it's something that you can go and do. For example, it's hard for children. Oftentimes, losing a pet is their first experience with death and dying. And so, walking all of us, the whole family, through that process, this can be just one more way to help them get what's going on.
That's right. It is a beautiful place to reflect and to remember your pet, and for the whole family to go and enjoy together. We also have a stick library, and it's got some balls in it. So if you want to take your current pet and you want to get out, you want to go for a great walk, it's a beautiful stretch of trail that is, while it is reflective, it's also happy, and it's a place
absolutely.
of joy. And so a great place to take your current pet for a walk and enjoy being outside together.
That is so cool. Let's talk a little bit about the trail system in general. Before we do that, actually, let's go back to the Pet Bridge for 1 second, because I saw on Instagram you guys posted this lovely video sort of recapturing all the people that are involved, and this big pan around to this crowd. It told me you guys have had a lot of support making this happen. So can you talk a little bit? I mean, were there some key players in the community who stepped up here to make this possible?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. Yes, we partnered with Hub City Animal Project, which is a nonprofit focused on raising funds and resources for organizations that support our pets in the community, especially those that don't have homes. And then we had some really important donors, the Zimmerly Foundation, a number of folks who really have done so much to support our trail system. But we probably had 50 or 60 people donate to this particular segment. And if you look at the network as a whole, it's certainly hundreds of people who've contributed to making it a reality.
And when you think about the folks that will visit all of these sections, all of these trails, I mean, how new is, for example, Wildflower Way, and where do people go to get to this part of the trail? What's the best parking spot to get there?
So there are two places where you can access this section of trail. One is off of Sidnor Road, which is right by McCracken Middle School. So kind of the back of McCracken Middle School. We've got a trailhead lot there. There's also parking for the trail on Sidnor Road in Spartanburg, just east of downtown, again, near McCracken Middle School. So two great places to access that segment of trail.
And let's talk about the trails, because I'm telling you, when I think back to us sitting in the Hub City coffee shop and things were kind of getting going, you had been doing it a couple of years at that point, I believe. So much has happened. So get us caught up. I mean, what has Spartanburg accomplished in these 20 years? I mean, it is remarkable, isn't it?
Yes, so we've been focused on trail building out an urban network for probably the last 12 to 13 years. And so we don't have a full abandoned rail like the Swamp Rabbit Trail, which is an amazing an example of trail system. And so we've been piecing segments together and working with the community to do that. And so we've opened a bunch of new segments. We're looking at a 55-mile network is the vision, and we've got 24 of those miles on the ground and another 15 that are in development that we hope will hit the ground in the next 3 years. So we've got a lot more coming.
And talk a little bit about what you guys have done heading north, right? Because this trail is going to take us, obviously it's centered in Spartanburg, but it's going to take us right up through northern Spartanburg County, right?
That's right. So we, as part of this project, we started working with Norfolk Southern to get under one of their trestles. And in building a relationship with the real estate department, they let us know they'd sell what they call as the W line. Kind of local folklore calls it the Saluda grade. And so we bought with our partners at Upstate Forever and Conserving Carolina, bought the rail line that goes from Inman all the way up to just north of Saluda, North Carolina. So in the next few years, we'll see how many. It's going to be a trail, rail to trail conversion. It's going to be certainly transformative for the northern part of the county.
It really will. And I mean, that also, we have such a big biking community here. I mean, that kind of a trail, having those climbs and things, right? That will be fantastic for bike riders, correct?
Yeah, so it's going to be an incredible destination. It is the steepest intercontinental railroad, and so that in and of itself will be a major destination. My intention is to go down, not up, but there will be a whole lot that will enjoy going up that.
Are you a biker? Do you get out and bike the trails?
I say that I like to tootle. I'm a ride
like a doo-doo-doo-doo-doo
with my family. Yes.
Yes.
I'm good for the movement because I like to be a normal non-spandex wearing cyclist. Although we love those folks, I'm just not those.
So when people want to kind of get a grasp of the trail, maybe, you're going to have some folks out there who've never walked the trails. You're going to have some folks who are like avid walkers, hikers, whatever, and they're like, oh, a new trail I need to explore in the Upstate. What's their best starting point to kind of grasp what the options are and where bathrooms are and where bike rentals are and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so one of the great things about trails is they work for such a broad range of the community. So like you said, whether you're a marathon runner or you've got some mobility challenges, they work for you and they work for all ages and abilities. So that is one of the reasons we continue to really pursue this. But if people visit our website, palspartanburg.org, there's an interactive map. It's got the different segments on it. It's got trailheads on it and addresses so that people know where to park. And so there is hopefully enough information there for people to find exactly how to access the different segments.
And is there a way to rent? Like I know we used to have the B-cycles and stuff in town. Yes. Do we still have those where there are certain places where you can go and jump on a B-cycle and go?
Unfortunately, those are no longer in Spartanburg.
That's too bad.
They had a good 10-year run. And so hopefully at some point they'll be back. But no, those are not available. But lots of places to get bikes, like Morningside Baptist Church here in Spartanburg has bikes that folks can access if they don't have one.
That's so nice. That's good to know. Well, Laura, you're a wealth of information. Congratulations on 20 years. What is your, if we were to say, okay, Laura, now you've been here 30 years, what do you hope would be your milestone accomplishment at year 30?
Ooh. I think broadly, I hope that health and wellness is an easy, convenient, fun thing that people choose, and it brings them their best quality of life. And that's really becoming even more ingrained in life in the Upstate.
That is wonderful. Thank you for all you do for our community and your leadership on the trails and all the rest, because I know you're busy, and I appreciate your time. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you for having me.
That is going to wrap up Off Air with Amy this week. Thank you so much for watching. And if you need any more information on any of these stories, feel free to reach out to me on social media. I'll be happy to help you and guide you where you need to go. And of course, I'll see you on the news very soon. Thanks for watching. There's something comforting about experience. It prepares you, makes you wiser, ready for anything. That's why 3 decades later, I still love to keep you informed. Your trust is everything.
Watch Amy Wood on 7 News. Weekdays at 4, 5, and 6 p.m.
We want to get to that immediately.